Hey everyone, welcome to part 30 of my WWE Smackdown Shut Your Mouth Let's Play. Getting into the month of January here, and as you can see, I have won the WWE Undisputed Championship. I got a pretty high overall there. That's something I don't know if I mentioned this or not, but your overall superstar points or whatever it's called, superstar rating, I don't know what it is in this game. It's not something I pay too much attention to, but as you keep winning matches, it keeps going up. And the higher it is, the better championships you can challenge for. As you can see, I'm already close to 100 now, and that's just from not even a year has passed in this game yet. But hey, it's not as bad as Here Comes the Pain's progression, where it's basically, if you're on Raw, you're facing Goldberg, Steve Austin, and Triple H all the time, and everyone else is a jobber. Or if you're on SmackDown, you're facing Kurt Angle, Brock Lesnar, or The Undertaker all the time, and everyone else is a jobber. Seriously, it's really screwed up in that game. Sure, anyone can face anyone, but unless you're one of those 6 guys I mentioned, those people are probably losing matches. So guys that should be higher in the card, like Christian or Edge or Chris Jericho, they're not. They get bumped down quite a bit just because they keep losing matches to the main guys. It's stupid. I don't really like it. But anyway, I get asked here, who do I want to face? We got Rob Van Dam, we got Kane, 2 nobodies, but then we got Triple H, the guy who returned at the end of the last part and beat me up. I wasn't taking too kindly to that. So we're going to take out Triple H here. And I could have said no one. I don't know what happens when you pick no one. I should have picked no one. Nah, I'm a fighting champion. I want to get my revenge on Triple H. Anyway, we got a match today. I think it's just against Al Snow. And that really doesn't mean too much here, because Al Snow he wasn't doing much at this point in time. He was the head trainer for Tough Enough. But yeah, not much to say here. This is going to be your good old-fashioned squash match. And hey, that's what the new champion does. He squashes new guys, and it's like, yeah, I'm proving my dominance as champion. But because this match doesn't run too long, I do end up adding the second week onto this part too. It's not even that long of a part still. I mean, I don't even think it breaks 13 minutes. Anyway, here we go. I get to come to the ring. I got my new outfit, as you can see. I got camouflage tights going on right now. And because I have such a small body type, the belt's kind of floating around my waist. And this is something they have not fixed since. Like, this has been a problem that's still going on today. The belt floats around created wrestlers' waists, and it looks ridiculous. Really something they gotta get fixed here. They were working towards it in the last game in WWE 2K14, but I'm gonna hope they have it a bit more perfected in the next one. Anyway, Al Snow, nothing special to say about his entrance. I'm pretty sure it's just the generic one. Walks into the ring and gets onto the turnbuckle and raises his hands. Nothing special here. But it's because it's someone we haven't seen yet, so had to show it off. Oh boy. Anyway, this match ain't nothing special about it, just a squash match, as I said. I'll talk more about it when we get to the end of the match. Let's talk about wrestling here. Last night, Thursday, September 11th. Was it September 11th yesterday? Yeah, I guess it was. Anyway, NXT TakeOver. And I didn't get to see the show, but I got to see the highlights of it. I mean, let's go off and do a tangent here about the WWE Network. Great idea, except in Canada, it's a TV channel instead of a streaming service. That's why I don't have it. It would be much better if it was a streaming service. I don't want to get a channel, and I mean, it's more expensive too. It's just a stupid way of doing it. As much as I like the idea of the WWE Network, I do not like how they're handling it in Canada. But anyway, NXT TakeOver looked like a great show, and I mean, there was a lot going on there, but most importantly, there's 2 things I want to point out. First off, Kalisto and Sin Cara have won the NXT Tag Championships, and I am super hyped about that because lucha wrestling is incredibly entertaining. And I especially like the few lucha wrestlers in WWE just because it adds variety. And variety's good. Especially, and I'm glad that Sin Cara is starting to come back, because Sin Cara wasn't really going anywhere before. Oh, look at that, I already won. I didn't even use my finisher, I used an electric chair type move there. Anyway, I'll get back on NXT TakeOver in a minute, because we got something gonna happen right here, right now. Is Triple H gonna confront me after what I said? Hey, yeah, he is. I thought it was gonna be Kane, actually. I know Kane does confront me, but I guess it's Triple H first. And he's just confronting me. Nothing special's gonna happen. It's just, okay, your match is next, or we're gonna fight, and I'm ready. Anyway, the other big NXT main event, or not main event, match that I wanted to talk about, Enzo Amore and Colin Cassidy. These guys are hilarious. I love these two guys. They're, oh my god. Cass is just this huge guy, like nearly 7 feet tall, really big, really huge bruiser, ready to beat the shit out of anyone. And Enzo's this, Enzo's a tough-looking guy, but he's definitely smaller than Big Cass, and he's the mouth of the group. He's this mouthy little New York Italian stereotype. And he is just fucking hilarious to watch. But it works because they have Big Cass for the legitimacy. And hold on, Vince just beat the shit out of, or punched the shit out of Ric Flair. And, you know, this feud is just not over yet. It just keeps getting more intense and more intense as it goes on. And it's actually a lot more entertaining now than it was when it first started, I will admit that. Anyway, we find Val Venus backstage. I think there's a way to get into a match with him, like an impromptu match, but I don't get into it. And I love his reaction there. I have a problem sleeping. Oh, you do? He just looks so surprised, like, holy shit, this guy has a problem sleeping. How am I supposed to help that? Ah, well. Yeah, NXT TakeOver, pretty damn good show. Oh, one other thing, Kenta. Kenta made his debut. He had his name changed, you know, that always happens. And before people say it, no, WWE does not pick the new people's names. They never have. And I don't get why people say that. It's like WWE ruins the names. No, they don't. What happens is the guys pick their own names. They ruin their own names. That's why we get shit like Braden Walker. He picked that name. WWE didn't pick that. He did. Same with Daniel Bryan. Same with Adrian Neville. Same with Sami Zayn. It's the guys picking it, not the WWE. And I just... It grinds my gears that people blame the WWE for shitty names when it's not the WWE at all. It's just the people being uncreative. But oh well, let's go back to Kenta. He's in there now as Hideo Itami. I think that's what he said it was. I'd have to double check on that to be sure. But it was a pretty great debut. And I mean, I've said this before, but I love Japanese shoot style wrestler, or Japanese puro wrestling. Great fun stuff to watch, I think. And I think Kenta's going to be the biggest Japanese star WWE's ever had. And I mean, they haven't had a lot of big Japanese stars. I mean, they've had Japanese guys come in, but, you know, the biggest name was probably Tajiri, and he made his name in ECW, not WWE. In WWE, he was more of a lower card, sometimes comedy type guy. I think the biggest title he ever won was the tag titles. And I mean, we had Yoshitatsu as well, but Yoshitatsu in Japan was a lower guy. He wasn't going to make it big in WWE either. Kenta was a big star in Japan. Probably one of the biggest active stars in Japan today. So I think he's going to make a pretty big impact in the WWE here. Same with guys like Prince Devitt, who I really don't know much about. But, you know, I've seen all the pics of him in the Carnage and Venom and Spawn body paint that looks so fucking awesome. I will admit that. I hope that makes an appearance sometime. And I'm interested, at least. And then there's Kevin Steen as the other big signing. I think I talked about all this already. But Kevin Steen, you know, probably the biggest indie name to not be signed by the WWE right now. I would say Chris Hero, but Chris Hero is completely fat and out of shape. So, sorry. Anyway, that's NXT TakeOver. Great show. I highly recommend it. I just wish I could still watch NXT right now. It's not coming on TV in Canada anymore because of the network. Instead, we're getting Main Event, which is okay, but you know, I don't watch much wrestling right now. I mean, I'm kind of in an off period. I wish I was watching it more, but there's just not a lot going on that really interests me. Not much I can do about that, though. I mean, if I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. And I mean, I'm not one of those people who sits back and complains about it all the time. If I don't like it, or if I'm not too interested, I just don't watch. And speaking of people complaining, I'm also not one of those guys who go, oh, everyone just complains about wrestling, they don't like it anymore. Because those people complain about wrestling too. They just turn around and start complaining, even though they're trying to sound so much higher and mightier than everyone. It's like, oh, I like wrestling, I don't complain about it all the time, I just enjoy it for what it is. And then they go around and complain, oh, there's so many pointless matches, and I'm tired of seeing this guy versus this guy for the 100th time. That counts as complaining, people. You're not immune from it. And I mean, okay, I won't say that I don't complain, but I don't complain frequently. We'll put it that way. Well, that's about all I got for wrestling today. I had another topic to talk about, but the video's almost done here, so let's just focus on the game. I believe I will be ending this match with The Undertaker pretty soon here, and I mean, I've fought The Undertaker enough times by now that it's not too interesting to talk about anymore. I mean, I'm just going around hitting all my submission moves. We got this kind of arm, leg, lock thing. I don't know what I'd call that. But anyway, let's, I'm pretty sure I finished him off with the spinning toe hold here. Yes, I do. Submission moves are so broken in this game. But hey, I beat The Undertaker for like the 15th time. Not much to say there, but I beat him. We're not quite done yet. Yeah, here's where Kane comes in, because he's just not happy that I didn't pick him. And I mean, Kane is just a monster of a guy. He's not someone that I really want on. I don't really want to be on his bad side. So he's beat me up, and I think he goes on to say that he should be the challenger. I know why you nominated Triple H, because you're scared. Yeah. I am a little scared of Kane, I will admit. He's a big, imposing guy, and I mean, this was my favorite Kane outfit. I thought that he looked his best in this kind of flaming singlet with the mask he has here. Anyway, see you next time.